Just quickly, this is, I shouldn't, yeah, okay, never mind. This guy here, this is an example of someone who's not been honest. And the conversation, so what he said is, Ross Greenshields, he's just not being honest. There's no two ways about it. So I'm looking at it going, what's wrong with this guy? What? So like, the Trump administration has used its diplomatic muscle to free the rapist. I'm not going to say that word in case it gets me in trouble. People trafficking, money laundering, Tate brothers. You know, so my problem with that is, I don't know what the Tate brothers have done or what they're going to do, but as far as I understand, they have not been convicted of that, right? Right? So I think it's unfair to say that, so this does not mean that I'm sticking up for I am sticking up for the Tate brothers, yeah. No, I'm sticking up for justice. I'm sticking up for freedom and justice is what I'm sticking up for. I'm not sticking up for the Tate brothers. It doesn't mean that I like the Tate brothers, or I want to sleep with the Tate brothers, or I want to, I want Andrew Tate to be Prime Minister. It doesn't mean that. It just means that I think there's something wrong with you, Ross, because you've said that, right? So I said to him, so it's a BBC, so they arrived in Florida after Romanian prosecutors agreed to let them leave Romania, right? So I says, you don't know they are rapists, sorry, do you? So he says, Ross says, 4 women are suing them in the UK for rap. They are also facing charges of rap and trafficking minors for sex. I believe the women and children. Right, so this guy, he believes the women and the children. Believes what they say, right? So that says, have they been convicted of rap? Have you heard of the evidence in the case? So he comes back with this cracker. This is, you get to see the inside of his head. No, I've long held the belief that if a woman says she has been raped, the chances are she has been rapped. Please notice that I've replied to you nicely. I could have replied like Tate would have, something along the lines of, what is a woman doing telling me what to think, ? Have you seen any of social media content? He says it himself, women are inferior, to be used for sex. As a Marxist, God, he's identified as a Marxist. I find it deeply troubling when women defend him. The man thinks you are an idiot. That's me, right? It's like, wow. So what you've got to do with that is, most of that's bullshit, right? Most of that's bullshit. So the main problem automatically I've got is that he says he just believes women and children. If they say whatever they say, he believes them. Then he says chances. So he starts off by saying belief. So he's got a belief. It's a strong belief. And then it's chances. That's really dangerous. I mean, it's like, that's incredibly dangerous. This is how our freedoms are being taken away from us. People like that. Right? So, so all that is bullshit. I don't need to look at his videos. So he's a Marxist. I know he's trying to justify. So let's put it this way. Imagine this was 1,000,000 years ago and we were going to burn Andrew Tate alive on what do you call it, right? He would be justifying that action here, right now. So he's justifying all this. Have you seen his videos? Have you seen what he's done? He's a bad person, blah, blah, blah. And he identifies as a Marxist, and then so I says, the reason I'm videoing this is because I think he'll definitely go mad on that answer. Well, the obvious real problem that Ross has got, people like him, is And this is how I could have answered him and I didn't. I could accuse him of raping me, right? How fair is that? It's not fair, is it? So until that happens to him, you know, somebody lies about him and the system turns on him by locking him up for something he hasn't done. So I'm talking about fairness here and justice, right? So he doesn't want justice, does he? So I said to him, I haven't sent it yet, statutes in the High Court are there. Should be in, shouldn't it? In the High Court. Well, never mind. Are there so that justice needs to be blind to anything but the evidence. Right. The government may have changed the law to allow hearsay, but that will be reversed. So that's how Alex Salmond was an example that they nearly got him with hearsay, you know, just weak evidence. Eventually, running a society on hearsay is not. So that should be. So running a society on hearsay is not a good idea. So the main example that came in my head, I've removed it from it, and that was what because it's a very tricky thing to mention, and it begins with N. And Adolf Hitler. You know what I'm talking about. It's just that it's problematic when you mention that you're getting into tricky territory. So I've removed it. But that's the sort of society they were running, you know, because they talk about the Jews being murdered, but anybody that stood up against them got murdered. You know, you didn't have to actually be a Jew. The Stasi, Yugoslavia, Pol Pot, Stasi, that was East Germany. Yugoslavia, Pol Pot, snitching for it. Well, I should write for example. Snitching on anybody and everybody, in brackets, you and me. So, without evidence, it's highly unusual that a woman would write this, and that's because, well, I'm a biological male, and so that's because, well, no, it's not true. There is women who believe in justice, right? There are women, but it's probably more, I don't know, it's probably more unlikely. Without evidence. These regimes always collapse, and it's never any good for the people. Do you really think that's a good thing? Now, the reason that I'm building this is he's going to have to delete me. Now, I've actually worked out what it is he's up to. He's shagging. He's shagging a feminist. I think that's what it is. So you've got to look at why has he said that? Why has he said these things? Why is he putting stuff like that? So we're going to send this. End of the day. Wow. He's probably going to block me, but that'll be fine. It doesn't really matter, does it? It's up to him. So let's have a look at him before he goes. He's been to the same university as me. Oh, he's married. He's married to a feminist. That's Rush from the Rush album. Ross Greenshields. Employed as a support practitioner. Oh right, I never read that bit actually. Busy being a son, husband, father, and revolutionary socialist. So he studied environment, heritage and policy at University of Stirling. This is the type of guy that's ruining Western civilization. Studied archaeology at University of Glasgow and married to Amanda Greenshields. So that's the one. He's saying all that shite for her. Because she's the... Oh, God! He looks so fucking... I feel sorry for that laddie, actually. Oh, what a fucking wally. Have you seen the bins out yet? Aye. Like, oh, I'm going too far with this. Nursing. BA Honours Nursing and Mental Health at Glasgow University. Business and Finance at University of Stirling. Went to Stirling High School, lives in Stirling. Okay, I think enough's enough. You're going too far with this. You know, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit, Ross. Man up! Fucking be a man! You're not being a man! How the fuck can you turn around and say you want somebody fucking arrested just because some lassie or woman, random woman, said that they were raped? How can you fucking seriously believe that, you fucking piece of shit? Piece of fucking shit! It's fucking appalling. But that's it, we've had enough. That's it. Right, move on. How the fuck? So they've got these, like, I'm saying, look at me, like, I'm saying, like, all this fucking bullshit. University of Stirling, heritage and... Come on. University of Stirling, University of Glasgow. This is the type of twats that we've got. And there, look. Fucking show you mine, right? Bullshit. Studied at University of Stirling. Studied at Forth Valley College, Stirling. Edinburgh College. And there's a Borders College. Lives in Stirling. From Fort William. All this bullshit. I've been to University of Stirling. Yeah, I have. Right? So, they're all these university twats. Apart from me, because when I went to University of Stirling, I fucking spent most of my time arguing with feminists. Right? Because that's what they're like up there. And it's worse now, because it's a few years since I've been up there. And this guy, he's not a man. I'm fucking coming from me. I'm telling somebody they're not a man. I'm not a fucking man either, right? But stand up for what's right. So that's enough. Thanks for watching. And if you want to send me a friend request, do. Bye. Like, share and subscribe. Ross has answered. I don't know what he's going to say. He's not going to be happy. Oh, I told you he's not happy. What the actual fuck? He's starting to lose his shit. I mean, this is a guy who's been at university. I have to admit, I am feeling a wee bit funny about this. I think what it is, I've just found somebody who said something which isn't true, that he's that, and it's annoyed me because it's slander. He might be that, he might get convicted of that, but up until then, I mean, Alex Salmond went through this. You can't say things like that until, even then, you probably shouldn't say it, even though they have been convicted, but at least once they're convicted. So it was never going to go well, and I came across this guy because we were looking at Plain Castle near Plain. That's how I came against. That's how I found him. We were taught, or somehow can't even actually remember how I came across him. And it's just when I seen he was in the same university as me, and it was politics he did, and I thought, oh aye. So he's not been very professional here, but we'll just read that out and we'll just go on. He's thrown his dummy at the... So what I said was, statutes in the High Court are there. So what you've got to remember with somebody like him, stick to the point. Try not to... Don't fall for any of the emotional stuff and the wild stuff. And what I'll do is I'll probably read it out and just leave it, because I need to stick to the facts. This guy, Andrew Tate, or his brother as well, have been accused of... I don't think Andrew Tate's entirely innocent, or I don't know, right? But he's been accused of stuff. So this guy's caught. This is my point, right? My point is that he has not been convicted of that. And anyway, it's in There's a lot of problems. It's Romania. It's a dodgy country in it, I suppose. But so my point is, you shouldn't say things because you don't like him. You're saying that about him. He's not advocating that. You're saying that he is. He's not advocating what you're saying. You know, and you might not agree with him. He's been discredited quite a lot. You know, there's a lot of opinions about that, right? So I'm not sticking up for Andrew Tate. I'm sticking up for justice, right? What the actual fuck are you talking about? Question mark. The guy is continually posting almost nothing but misogynistic hate against women every single day. He's quite... Oh God, we're getting projection here. Ross, you're projecting. This is actually fucking tragic. He's projecting. He's projecting his hatred for women. This is fucking sad. Actually, I'm getting affected by this. Yeah, I'm going to have to get away outside and go in with someone and get away for this. But anyway, we'll read the rest of it. He is quite clearly a hate-filled, naturally beta male who takes out his totally justified feelings of inadequacy on women. Did someone hurt you? Obviously. Everybody gets hurt, Ross. Especially men. Everybody gets hurt. Women, men, everybody. It's an evil world, and it's not an easy world. Is it an evil world? Well, it's a good world as well, but it's got evil in it, and it's hard to avoid the evil. The evil's within you, and you have to fight it, and you have to deal with it so you can be a good person. This is what I'm trying to do, right? But you're not trying to do that because you're accusing a man of something that you don't know he did just because you don't like him and because he's been accused of that. That's what you're doing, Ross, right? Never mind. Is that why you are going to crazy lengths to defend a man who, if he was here, would tell you to shut the fuck up? Well, no, I'm not defending Andrew Tate. I'm defending justice. I'm defending... This guy's fucking... He's a clown. He's an absolute fucking clown. I'm defending justice. There's the same thing happened to Alex Salmond. Alex Salmond did the same thing. Exactly the same thing happened to Alex Salmond. A lot of people said Alex Salmond liked to get his leg over, liked to get drunk, all these different things. And Alex Salmond was cleared by the court. Personally, I don't know. I wasn't there, but I reckon Alex Salmond just, I think there was a lot of drinking and so on went on. And personally, I think if you're going to hang around with drunks at parties, getting drunk, eating, getting stuff paid for you and booze paid for you, and getting pissed at work when you shouldn't be, well, Alex Salmond, I don't really have much sympathy for you if he jumps into bed with you and you consented to it, then you regretted it in the morning. That's maybe what happened. I don't know. I wasn't there when Alex Salmond was up to it. Right, so, see this environment here is policy. This guy's this is what's going wrong. We've got people like him pushing that shit. They've no sense of... They're anti-British for a start, so they don't like the British system. They don't like fairness and equality. They don't actually like equality, and he's not... Clever twat, right? Right, so I'll read that again, then I'm going to go in and do something. What the actual fuck are you talking about? The guys continually post almost nothing but misogynistic hate against women every single day is quite clearly a hate-filled, naturally beta male who takes out his totally justified feelings of inadequacy on women. Did someone hurt you? Is that why you're going to crazy lengths to find a man who, if he was here, would tell you to shut the fuck up? I've got this guy totally confused. But you're wrong, Ross. I'm defending justice. That's what I'm doing. Right? Justice. Defending justice. That's the only thing we've got in common. I like Rush. I've got that. Probably got that album. I've got most albums. Yes, I'm there. Studied archaeology, University of Glasgow. Revolutionary Socialist. No, you're not. You're full of shite. Is what you are. Look at this crap. Does he actually believe that shit? Does he actually believe it? You're demented. I still hate Thatcher. The guy's nuts. Right, enough. Let's go. So thanks for watching so far. Bye. A radical socialist here. Doesn't give a shite about anything but his own warped sense of whatever it is he's trying to do. And he'll be getting money for you and me and everyone, the taxpayer, to go up to Stirling University and talk shite. And misogyny, it's him, it's projection, that's all projection. Anyway, let's go, bye. It's projection! Now I'll answer it, but I'll have to go easy on it, right? You don't want to upset the guy. That's what I've been trying to do so he doesn't block me, so that I can, keep this all together. Right, thanks for watching, bye. Hello! Ross Green Shields. The Trump administration has used diplomatic muscles to free the rapist, people trafficking, money laundering tablers. So I've been having a wee bit of it's been interesting to say the least, but so my point right from the very start is that is false, right? Because he's been accused, as far as I know. So I pulled them up on that. So I've asked the question. Four women are suing them in the UK for rape. Them. So is it them then? Is it him and his brother? Right, so the first thing about that is, I don't know if that's true or not. Well, I know that they are. So they've been sued in the UK. Do we really need to go into this? I think if you're going to sleep with if you're going to have sex with someone, there's a chance you can get accused of rape. I think if you're, even more so now, if you're going to have sex outside marriage, well, yeah, you could be accused of it in marriage as well, of course. I think for men, it's very much more problematic, because the law is on the women's side, and the law is going by hearsay. Like, you say, what you say matters. So that's what he's doing. It's Ross. He's pushing. Well, I don't know if he knows he is, but he's pushing that. That so if she says, and this other lassie says, and this other woman says, then you're in a lot of trouble, right? And it could be completely false. They're just saying it because they want money off you or whatever. Or you broke up with them, or they're having a divorce. A whole load of reasons, You maybe, it's not, I think you get the picture, don't you? So it's not really fair on men. So I'm at this. I'm not arguing about Andrew Tate here. I'm arguing about, well, that's slander. It's not fair. I'm not really, that's Andrew Tate there, right? I'm not really too fussed either way. I've watched his videos, yeah. So 4 women have been, I'll speed it up a bit because I've already went over this. So in the UK for rape, they're also facing charges of rape and trafficking minors for sex. I believe the women, and I believe the women and children. Have they been convicted of rape? Have you heard all the evidence in the case? There's a message missing. It's because it says most relevant. So you click all comments. So what he said is no. So he hasn't heard all the evidence in the case. I've long held the belief that if a woman says she has been raped, the chances are she has been raped. So that's a big problem. What he said there. It's a belief, and then it's chances. So he doesn't really care. So the chances are she's been raped. Please notice that I've replied to you nicely. Okay. I don't really see the relevance. Like, I could have replied like Tate would have, you know, something along the lines of, so women don't tell me what to think. So he's looking at this through prism of women feminism, I think, and he thinks I'm a genetic woman, or he hasn't looked up or whatever, right? He's going by my name. To me, I don't see like this is the sort of thing that they do. That, like, so it's a bit like, say you've got ginger hair. Their way of looking at this would be, you must support. If there was a ginger hair society founded somewhere, then you would, they would, the way they'd see it is, under their prism, you must be a member of gingerism or something, right? So that's how they see it. So it's like, if you're a woman, you must be a feminist. You know, it's this weird sort of thing. But they're all, like Sir Ross there, will be in his own bubble all the time. So his wife's a feminist, and he's come from the University of Stirling, so they were all feminists up there. So whatever job he's got, because he's got an honours degree in politics, he'll be surrounded by fannies like himself. So he's not going to get people saying, you're talking shit, like what I'm doing to him now, is I'm saying, Ross, you're talking shite, you know? But I'm trying to do it in a way that he is getting angry, yeah, but I'm trying to do it in a way that he's not going to, like, block me right away. I don't actually, what am I actually doing this for? Well, it's an interest of fairness, I think. I don't think it's fair what he's doing, and I think so I'm that person that would be at the university. I went to the same university as he did. And I spent ages arguing with morons like that. Like, I got told if I didn't support the EU, I must be completely stupid in this theatre. And I told this lecturer in the University of Stirling that I voted to leave the EU. And I actually lied. I didn't vote to leave the EU. But I told him that just because I was so annoyed that he was assuming that I should think the way he was telling me how to think, right? This is up at university stuff. So that's what these places are like. Universities, they don't have the credibility that I had years ago. But I mean, I got an honours degree up there, so the fact that I got, well, look, let's, you know, to me, they've lost credibility, these institutions, right? Have you, like, I could have replied like Tate would have, you know, something along the lines of, what is a woman doing? Tell me what to think. Have you seen any of his social media content? ? He says it himself, women are unfair to be used for sex. As a Marxist, I find it deeply troubling when women defend him. The man thinks you're an idiot. So he's going way off on one here. And all I'm saying is this true? What you're saying there, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything about him, Andrew Tate, or his brother. So he's telling me he's a Marxist. Right, so I've been thinking a wee bit about that in the afternoon. When I was at the transgender groups, most of them were Marxists. A lot of them were, Trotskyists and Marxists and communists, all this sort of thing. I think that when you identify yourself as Marxist, or I'm sort of doing a wee bit of a comparison here with gender ideology. When you tell the rest of the world that you're a woman, or you're non-binary, or you're a man, or whatever it is you tell them, you're identifying. There's something just not right about you when you're doing that, and that's coming from me, who's went through that process, right? So, but then I'm open to the fact that I made mistakes, and I shouldn't maybe have done it, or all the rest. I hadn't really thought about it. But to say that you're a woman, or you're a non-binary, or say if you're a woman and you say you're a man, you're actually, I think it's some kind of power dynamic, that you're powerless, and you're saying, look, I'm a powerful person, I've decided I'm a woman. And so I wrote to my parents and told them I was changing my name to Lucinda Ferguson, and that was me sort of exerting power, because I don't have any power. So it'd be the same if I said, look, I'm a Marxist. You're trying to exert power. And this guy here, he doesn't have any power. Is that why he's doing it? Well, probably, yeah. So he's a Marxist. He's reminding me of my brother. My brother does this, did this Marxism stuff. He's middle class, upper middle class actually, you know, wealthy and all that shite, and they come away with all that pish. And you know what? It's all crap because, you know, it is crap because you go and live it, go and be it, but they don't want to give up the wealth to it that they've got. And the reason my brother's got the wealth and this Ross as well is probably because of the Protestant ideology or the British the wealth that the British Empire we made wealth, and that's our ancestors that worked hard to make it. Right? We suffered as well, you know, in a lot of things that we did. Our ancestors suffered, right? So I find it deeply troubling when women defend him. So so I'm not actually defending him, I'm defending justice, right? The man thinks you're an idiot. Yeah, he's right there. So what? Right? What's that got to do with the price of fish, right? So I said statutes in the High Court are there so that justice needs to be blind to anything but the evidence. The government may have changed the law to allow hearsay, but they will be reversed eventually. So that's the sort of that's what happened to Alex Salmond is what I'm talking about here. How hearsay and rumours got him in court and he had to pay a lot of money to get with solicitors to avoid going to jail. Alex Salmond. Running a society on hearsay is not a good idea. The Stasi, Yugoslavia, sorry, the Stasi was East Germany. Pol Pot, that's Cambodia. For example, snitching on MD and everybody, you and me. This is me hinting at this guy, Ross. You could be accused of rape, right? How are you going to feel about it? You think you're immune to this because you're well, he seems to be a feminist. There's a guy came on and commented he's a feminist. I just find that really, I just don't like feminism. I think it's bad for women, it's bad for men, it's bad for humanity. And for a man to be a feminist, I think you're just a complete fanny if you are or you're not really a feminist and you say you are or whatever it is. But this guy's, he's saying things like what these feminists say. This guy's like, he's like, oh, right, okay, shut up. These regimes always collapse and never any good for the people. Do you think that's a good thing? So he totally body swerves this. So then he says, what the actual fuck are you talking about? The guy is continually posting almost nothing but misogynistic hate against women. Every single day is quite clearly hate-filled, naturally beta male who takes out his totally justified feelings of inadequacy on women. Did someone hurt you? Is that why you're going to crazy lengths to defend a man who, if he was here, would tell you to shut the fuck up? That's you're okay. Well, I think he's a bit of a big gob, Andrew Tate. You know, he just talks a lot of shit. I don't really see it as misogynistic. I don't see it hateful against women. I think his attitude is, you fucked men over, I'm going to fuck you over, I'm going to shag you, whatever. So it's the only specific type of women. Andrew Tate's only like, but he's making a lot of money as well, isn't he, on the internet? Is it hate against women? I don't know. Is it? I don't really. I think there's a lot of people don't like him, and that, you know, so that he's been vilified probably quite unfairly. I think he's probably quite he could be an unpleasant character, you know. Yeah. So, but that's not really it's not really the point of this. That's not the point of this. So this could be Alex Salmond, but Alex Salmond, rest in peace, is dead now, right? But 5 or 6 years ago, this was Alex Salmond. It was 2020. He was at court during the COVID thing. This could be Alex Salmond instead of... So it could be something like Alex Salmond at the top there. And a picture of Alex Salmond. Did someone hurt you? So it's nothing to do with me. Everybody gets hurt. Of course somebody hurt me. I'm 58. Right? Fuck yeah, of course. You fucking arse. Is that why you're going to... So it's him that's going to crazy lengths to defend his position. It's him, it's not me. I'm not going to crazy lengths. I'm trying to remain calm. I am remaining calm. I'm not, obviously, when I'm doing this, but he doesn't know that, does he? Would tell you to shut the fuck up. Well, he's not here, and he's not going to be in this conversation, is he? It's nothing to do with him. He's in America, fucking in some nightclub or something, shagging some birds, right? So this is my answer for him. I haven't sent it yet. I'm going to do it now. We are talking about the right to a fair trial by jury. So he's saying, what the actual fuck are you talking about? So we are talking about the right to a fair trial by jury. Calling someone a rapist when they are merely accused but not tried and convicted is defamation and constitutes making an accusation without factual basis. Presumption of innocence in a legal system based on a principle of due process. Everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Harmful consequences. Making such an accusation can cause significant distress and damage to the person's reputation and future opportunities, even if they are later proven to be innocent. Alright, have I sent that? No, I haven't. Right. Making such an accusation could cause significant distress and damage to the person's reputation and future opportunities if they are later proven to be innocent. Right, so I think that'll do it. I don't really know if I want to get into... I don't want to get personal with this. Well, I do, but not in here. I think the guy's a fanny. I think he is married. He's got children. He's got a wife and all the rest of it. And I think he's just fannied himself right up. He's that type of man that so if he rocks the boat, he'll be out in his ear. He'll probably be out in his ear anyway. That's the trouble with that sort of thing. Who knows? I don't know what the best way to deal with women is. You know, I'm looking at it from perspective of I'm divorced and I went in a gender reassignment and I'm sitting here at my age quite happily on my own, not giving a fuck. There's no way I'm going to get involved with women. There's no way a woman's got to move in with me or anything like that. So I'm at the and plus I'm slightly older as well, so even, you know, I mean, I'm probably older than he is, and I've seen it before. And I mean, it's great if men and women can stay together, but male feminists, I just don't get that at all. I don't think that's the right idea at all. And if you're having to do that to keep your marriage together, then I don't think she really wants that in the long term. And it's just a power trip. She's got power over you, Ross. You know, you're going to get ditched, but, well, good luck to you anyway. Right. So what I've said at the end is, this isn't about me or Andrew Tate. Who is it about then? Well, it's about Ross. It's about Ross, isn't it? It's about him. Do you know what I actually feel sorry for? I shouldn't feel sorry for somebody like Ross, because they won't give a fuck about me. And you shouldn't feel sorry for them. It's that thing I've got, is, you know what, let's send it, who cares? So, this isn't about me or Andrew Tate. I don't know what he's going to do. I think my prediction is he's going to throw it, he's going to tell me to fuck off, right? He's going to block me. It's very unlikely that MD ever admits they're wrong. But it'd be a big man if he was. But then look at the hassle it causes him if he turns around and admits he's wrong. He'll have to tell his wife she's talk out and he's leaving her. And then he'll be fucked, he won't get to see the kids or nothing. Half the house, the lot. Well, she'll take both halves. It's terrible what they do. It's terrible what happens. But that's not me, he's in that situation. Well, if he's in that situation, why doesn't he keep fucking quiet about all this crap? You know? Or why doesn't he tighten up his settings on his Facebook so people like me don't come across it? Right. Bang! That's it! I wouldn't be surprised if he deleted. No, he hasn't. Right, there you go. That's it. Thanks for watching. Well, one last look at Andrew. Andrew, his brother. I can't remember what his brother's called. Is it Tristan or something? I'm not sure. Thanks for watching. Bye. I'll have a quick look at Ross. There he is. And he likes Rush. Brilliant. So do I. He just had Jehovah's Witness at the door. You fanny. You're an absolute fanny, Ross. University of Stirling. That's where I went. That's probably why it's... Clown. You fucking fanny. He's a revolutionary socialist. Wow, what a big man you are. Busy being a son, husband, father, and revolutionary socialist. Fucking hell. Grow the fuck up. Fucking numpty. Grow up! You haven't grown up. But, well, you're looking after your parents and your parents, whatever, right? Hates Donald Trump. Oh aye. Oh aye. What a fucking fanny. Right. Okay, that's it. Go. No. This is what I felt out with my brother about this sort of thing. The rich must be shitting themselves, right? You know, who's the rich? It's us. This is how brainless they are. These socialists. They're not really socialists, are they? He's sitting there. He's been to university, Stirling. He's middle class. You know, he's sitting there in his middle class lifestyle, talking about the rich. So they're always looking up the way. So why should he get what? Why on that basis? Why should he have what he's got? Why doesn't he give the money to the poor people below him in the hierarchy? Do you know how far up the hierarchy we are? We're fucking up at miles in the world in terms of world poverty. We are fucking up there. And he's probably from a similar background that I'm from. He's went to university, some same story as I did. And we are, in world terms, we are wealthy. I know you don't like to admit it, but so it's you, and that's you who's rich. Oh, I like stuff from The Guardian. On the white pedos or whatever. This is they don't like the way the Muslims get tarnished with that. See, when you look at my Facebook thing, you don't get all this. This is all constant political stuff. You know, it's. I don't think it's very healthy. Or you could say, well, what is your Facebook page for? Is it for politics? Is that because he did politics at he did politics at. Oh aye, friends. He did politics. So this is where you know your privacy. So that's where he's put that on there. That's him there. He doesn't look happy, does he? But get the fucking hell. Right, you've gone too far now. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye. Abandoned Scotland. I've been there. Bye. Hello. Right, me and Ross's little conversation is going. It's still going. Ongoing. Yeah, well, we've done a few segments of this. I don't know how long it's going to last. It doesn't seem to be going in a huff for me, which is what a lot of people do. One thing that I have noticed, and this did happen when I was at University of Stirling, and that's where he went. I don't know where he works, but they tell you, and he told me in this thread, that he can't believe that because I am a woman, this is what he's saying, right, that I cannot like Andrew Tate. So he's still sticking with that thing. This has got nothing to do with Andrew Tate. This is to do with spreading fake news and saying things. Shit, come on. Saying things that aren't true. And we can have our beliefs and we can have our political favourites and opinions, but we have to stick to our truth. So the truth here is that Andrew Tate has not been convicted of that crime. So therefore, the other stuff I don't know about, people trafficking, money laundering. Money laundering, everybody does money laundering, really, unless, oh god, is this a Freudian slip? Shut it! So where we are. So, I've questioned this. We've been over this, haven't we? So, where we were was, we are talking about the right to a fair trial. That's from me. Calling someone a rapist when they are merely accused but not trying to convict as defamation. It constitutes making an accusation without factual basis. Presumption of innocence in legal is based on a principle of due process. Everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Making such an accusation can cause significant distress and damage to the person's reputation, future opportunities, even if they are later proven to be innocent. This isn't about me or Andrew Tate. So, Ross, what the actual fuck you talking about? The guy's continually posting that he's going on misogynistic hate against women. So he's quite clear hate-filled and actually beat a male, takes out his totally justified feels of inadequacy on women. Did someone hurt you? Is that why you're going to crazy lengths to defend a man who, if he was here, would tell you to shut the fuck up? So Ross, just reminding you about what Ross is saying. No, I've long held the belief that if a woman says she's been raped, the chances are she has been raped. And then he's just waffling shite. Right, so now where we are. So yesterday he said he condemns himself every time he opens his mouth. Why are you, a woman, defending this monster? Question mark. Utterly baffling unless you're the type that corresponds with death row inmates. He keeps pushing that. He doesn't want to listen. He's ignoring what I'm saying to him. It says there, this isn't about me or Andrew Tate. Right? I'm not getting dragged into arguments about me or Andrew Tate. I'm not getting drawn into arguments about women and what women should do. Right, so what this is Ross, and I have been at University of Stirling, same place he went to, the prevailing kind of consensus up there is feminist, a feminist consensus. So if you're a man up there, you really have to shut up and just agree with them all, which was what he's doing. But I didn't when I was up there. So basically, the universe. It's discrediting the University of Stirling as much as anything else that he's been educated there, because it's not doing what it should have, or what it would have done years ago, which is would teach you to have an analytical mind. But what's actually happening is they're just churning out. This is because of the corporate takeover of the university, so it's all about greed. So they're churning out people that just agree with everything, like him, for an easy life. There's no critical thinking going on with Ross, and that's how if you go up to university, don't do any critical thinking, just agree with everything, copy everything, write everything down, get your if you're like me and you're doing things like what I'm doing right now, you won't get a job there, and you won't get invited there to do art or anything like that. So that's the sacrifice that I've had to make, is to be myself and stick to what I believe in. So what I'm saying about this isn't about Andrew Tate, and it's not about me. It's about me being an independent thinking individual that can have my own decisions and my own mind. So what he's saying is, because I'm a woman, and he's saying that, right, that I have to not like Andrew Tate or not defend Andrew Tate. Now the same thing could apply to Donald Trump. Well, that's when I was at university, I got told that about Donald Trump, because I said I liked him, this woman. Also, I was told at university that, in the non-certain terms, you would be mad to vote to leave the EU. And I told them that I did, and of course I hadn't. Actually, I lied, because I was offended that he thought, this was in the lecture theatre, that he had the right to tell me what I should think. So the whole university it's just a box ticking place. I don't think there's much going on up there, and people like Ross are just dumb ones. Right, so what I'm saying to him is, I'm rambling on here. In a democracy, everyone is allowed their own opinion. Free speech is a well-known part of that, but surely you should be advocating justice rather than trial by media. So that's it, we're sending that. Okay? I don't know if he's going to ban it or block it. So that's as far as we've got with that. I don't know when it's all going to come to an end. He hasn't told me to F off yet. But okay, thanks for watching this far. Bye.